Welcome back, you guys, to part 2 of my trip to Utah and being part of the Castle of Chaos. This is the one we've been waiting for, you guys. For those of y'all who've known me and have talked to me before I went on my trip, y'all know where I was going to do. Now you get to finally witness it. A good amount of it, actually, too. It's like kind of shocking that they're letting me show this much. So make sure you sit back, get all snuggy, you know what I mean, and enjoy, because this is by far one of the most insane things I've ever signed up for. This is the one maze that literally broke me, but yet I want to go again. Leave a comment. Is that weird or no? I don't know. You tell me. So, like I said, sit back, relax, and let's get into this.
Never heard death without cats. What is this?
It's really cool. Well, the one that I'm thinking of is where little cuts and makes them so good.
Crucible has only been going on for about a year now. And we were part of something new that they were working with. They had an alternative storyline, but they wanted to work with something else. An asylum theme. And I felt like it worked pretty well because we were staying there from 10:30 at night and till about 7:30 in the morning. So it literally felt like you were checking in to an actual insane asylum. Crucible by far is one of Utah's most insane haunted attractions that these guys have to offer. Although there are simulations of torture and you feel like you are totally at risk, you are 100% safe. Few of the crew members have medical backgrounds, previously working in hospitals or currently. A lot of them know CPR, and everyone is trained on how to do certain tasks. So anything that's being done to you, know that it's also been done to them too. So they can learn how to properly do it to someone without causing permanent to long-term effects. And that's one thing I want to get into real quick. Everyone for half the month has been talking about McKinney Manor. And I myself have talked about him too. I recently found out that he is having a contest of who can survive 8 to 10 hours in his haunt, and offering $20,000 to whoever can. Me knowing about the reputation of this haunt, I don't think $20,000 is worth going through any of that. So if there's any people out there thinking about attending, I would highly suggest going to something like Crucible, something like Heretic, Blackout, all these other extreme haunts, because with there you are safe. And yes, you sign a waiver for McKinney's Manor and you know what you're getting yourself into. But still, at these other haunts, there are forms of consent. There is a safe word. There's something they give you. So when you've had enough, and enough is enough, you cannot take it anymore, you can say stop. They will not push you any further. They will not say no. They will stop the attraction, calm you down, and make sure that you are able to get home safely. One thing I did learn from a crew member in Castle of Chaos was that they are rooting for you to survive all this. They do these things to you not to see if they can break you, but to see how much you can take. And whenever you've had enough, you're able to say stop. But if you were able to go further, they're proud of you. They want you to go through the whole experience. They want you to have a good time. They want you to be able to experience something that's going to be memorable in the most positive way ever, so you can look back and be like, wow, I survived this. I went through this. You know? I'm not gonna lie to you. After attending this, I felt a little proud of myself. I can't believe I went through this. It was intense. I've done things in there that I would never ever do. I've felt things that I have not felt in a long time. And I was able to handle my emotions a little bit better, being at the age I am now. I was pushed beyond my limits, and I got to see how far I could go. I did not attend Crucible for these purposes. I had no idea what was coming at me. I've heard about it. I wanted to see if I can do it, and that was it. I didn't know I was gonna have these type of feelings. I didn't know I was gonna be put through these type of tests. I didn't know that things that I would never do were gonna be put in front of me and I would have to do them. I was just so physically and mentally drained. It was like my body didn't know what else to do. An actor came towards me, got really close to my face, and before he could even finish his question, tears are already running through my eyes, and I'm crying. He saw this, noticed it. Before he put me back into what they call the therapy room, they calmed me down a little bit while still being in character, very professional. And then I walked back. I sat there for a little bit in the therapy room and kept on going. But I couldn't go for much longer though.
What's your name?
My name is Justin Vasquez.
And Justin, what did you just attempt?
I attempted I'm forgetting, Crucible experience.
All right. And this was the Asylum version.
The Asylum version. Yeah.
And you made it a little while.
Yeah.
Was it tough?
Oh, it was extremely tough, but definitely worth trying. Worth the whole trip from LA. I saved word at about like 4:55, 4:53, almost 5 o'clock in the morning. It's like 6 hours. 6 hours of constantly thinking, what are they gonna do next to me? What's gonna happen next? And I knew I was in good hands, but still, it's the adrenaline, it's the unknown. It freaks you out, you know? I just couldn't do it anymore. I had to stop. I wanna take this moment to give a shout out, and I'd like to do a cyber version of a round of applause to the brave individuals that lasted all night from 10:30 to 7:30 a.m. You guys are amazing. I know I said it so many times to you after the experience before you all left, but watching everything you guys had to go through, and you just kept going and going non-stop. It was very inspirational. I'm gonna do Crucible again, so I'm hoping by next time I can be as half brave as you guys. 'Cause you guys were amazing. I hope you all are doing well. Not because of after going through this, but just in general. Hoping you guys are having a good Halloween. And who knows? Maybe at the next Extreme Haunt, we'll run into each other. Alrighty, so we just got done, or I just got done, going through the most insane thing I've ever done, and that is Crucible, And I'm here with the man himself, James, who's not only the creator of Crucible, but also one of one of the owners of Castle of Chaos itself. James, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Doing
How,
good.
how are you doing after that?
A little traumatized, but nothing little therapy can't help, you know what I mean? But Crucible is such an insane thing. Before we get into that though, Castle of Chaos, how did all that started?
Well, I've always loved business and I've always loved theater. And I was sitting in my senior year, 19 years ago, at University of Utah, and I had to write a 30-page business plan. And I'm an efficiency guy. So I'm like, I'm not writing a 30-page business plan unless it's an actual business that I could start. So that's where Castle of Chaos came from. I wrote the business plan and then said, this is a good plan. I'm going to do it. And we started it 19 years ago and still going strong.
Nice. And you guys definitely are going strong. For the past 2 nights, the lines have been amazing and fully packed. And it's just the experience itself for both Castle of Chaos haunt as well as Crucible. Now, going into Crucible, how do you go from just a normal walkthrough haunt that has like some touching and involved and stuff to now this overnight just madness? How did all that started?
I like to scare people. I like to scare people a lot. And I'm surrounded now with people who like to scare people. So when you build that up over the years, if you're a good business owner, you're listening to your customers. What do they want? And I kept hearing, we want scarier. We want scarier. And there are great haunted houses in Utah. But I didn't find them particularly scary. I found them cool, fun, lots of eye candy, really cool stuff. I enjoyed going through them a lot. But I kept hearing from the customers, we want scarier. We want scarier. And I went, okay, well, what's scarier? And then 2007, I was like, I'm going to start touching people. And people said, you're crazy. Other haunt owners, it's a gimmick. It's that. Oh, that'll never, you're going to get sued. All these things that you hear. Well, within 3 years, we had the levels. We had 4 levels of fear. And then we were level 1, hey, I'm terrified. You get a little monster be gone, and it scares the monsters away from you. Mm-hmm. Level 2, you walk through, no one touches you, but they still get in your face. Level 3, we can touch you and mess with you, but not move you. Level 4, we can actually drag you off, separate you from your group, and really mess with you. And we did that for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, and now we're seeing, people want more. They want more than level 4. So we're like, well, we're going to create level 5. So we tested that for 2 years, which was not that these things can happen to you, but they will. They absolutely will. You're going to see some of our backstage rooms and more intense, more horror, and intensity. And so we did that, and customers said, we want more. And so we said, well, we're going to take level 5 and we're going to do a level 5 overnight event. And it was a huge success. We had people flying in from all over the country, sold out a few shows, and we went, okay, it's real, let's do it. So we formed Crucible because level 1 through 5 makes sense. And then we're like, but Crucible is totally different. So we start Crucible at level 7 and go to level 10. And you started what, level?
I started level 7. But then I was like, when you asked if I wanted to stay there, I was like, no, put me up to 8. And then I went back down to 7 because it was just too much. I was kind of feeling a little cocky. I'm not gonna lie. When I first walked in, I was like, I got this. But no, I didn't. I safe word, folks. So you guys are definitely doing good with that. You saying you love to scare. You do pretty well at it. You do amazing at it. So. Yeah, you would love it, So where do you see Crucible going, like in the future? Like, do you see like anything like changing or maybe like advancing somehow?
I do. So we've been doing it a little over a year with Crucible. We've been doing level 5 for a while. Like I said, we tested it for 2 years before we actually started doing it last year. So this is our 4th year doing the very intense stuff. With which, again, Crucible is the next level. But we started with our serial killer show. We ran that for a year. And we kind of had guinea pigs. We had this group that came out of the Southern California. And they were all experienced extreme haunters. They've been all over. And we told them we are going to push you. We're going to push you to the limits, and we did. We pushed them so hard on the physical side because we're actors. We know we can improv. We know we can act. We know we can tell a story. What we didn't know is how hard can we push, physically. And we found that limit. And we backed off from that. So we're happy with the limit, like what you saw tonight. And I know after you quit, you got to see some other stuff.
Oh yeah.
And we kept you, I think, out of only one room, which is so you got to see almost everything. Although I don't think we did everything. We saw a lot. But I think we found the physical level that we're like, that's the upper level of where we want to go. We're happy with that. Now it's the story. Tonight you get to make choices, and your choices affect your night and other people's night. And it also puts you down different paths, which I don't want to go through too much into and ruin the story.
Exactly.
But we want to make it more interactive, more customer driven. And I thought today's new Crucible experiment, our asylum story, did a great job on that new path.
Yeah, definitely. The asylums, everyone loves that stuff, so I know damn well it's going to be pretty popular and everything like that. And you guys did really great. The actors are phenomenal and everything like that. You can tell that they know how to really improv with the guests because they don't know what we're going to respond with, because, we're responding with normal answers when you ask us a question. We're not trying to because we don't really know the story too much yet because we haven't gone too far yet. And the actors just bouncing right back and just bringing us back into the story and just really keeping us reminding us oh damn, we're stuck here all night. Oh, not stuck, but but
voluntarily stuck.
There we go. That's a good word. So when it comes down to actors and everything like that, is there a certain thing that you're looking for when it comes for levels of fear and Crucible, or is it all right, if someone does it for a certain amount of time, someone does the levels of fear for a certain amount of time, they can then advance to Crucible? What is it that you look for personally in those actors?
So no, it is not how long they've done it. It is not their experience. It is trust.
There we go.
Everyone here we've trained to be able to do what they do, and I trust them. So when Chris Hill and I, and you met Chris, started Crucible, it was two people who completely trusted each other, and we brought this team up with us, and we train them, how to do the stuff that he and I have been doing for so long, which you need to really scare people. If we make it too easy, if you think we're that much in control, then it's not as scary. So that's the hard part. There are so many things that in different shows that we'll do to make you think that we're perhaps not really in control, and that's what's scary.
That's really good. Well, James, thank you very much for talking with us. Thank you very much for the experience. This was by far the best vacation I've ever had, to come to here in Utah and to experience all this. And I really appreciate everything that you guys have allowed me to come through here and everything like that, and to do all this. Keep going strong. Everyone in SoCal is going to love to hear about this. Hopefully we can get some more people to come on down over here.
Hey, well,
because if anything, a lot of haunts can learn from you guys, because you guys are definitely doing something different, and I've noticed that just in the past 2 days I've been here. So keep up with the good work, James. Thank you again, and thank you, folks. And we'll see you later, okay? That's going to do it, folks. This is the end of the video, but definitely not the end of the trials. Crucible still reigns strong and is still continuing on. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys have learned something, and I hope it inspires you. I hope the other women in my group inspired you like they inspired me. And again, I just want to thank everyone that works Castle of Chaos for this experience. I will always remember this, and I will always look back and cherish these memories.